You think driving alone at night is safe? Think again. Tonight, I'm taking you through 4 very scary true highway horror stories, real events that happened on deserted roads, late-night rest stops, and empty highways across America. From strangers acting completely off their rocker to situations where every second felt like life or death, these stories will make you double-check your rearview mirror and maybe think twice before driving alone at night. Buckle up, because you won't believe what happened. It was past midnight, and I was deep in the zone, coding on my laptop. Suddenly, hunger hit me hard. The only place open was a small 24/7 quick-check store down a mostly empty road. I pulled in, fluorescent lights flickering, aisles dead quiet. A guy sitting on the floor at the end of an aisle, cross-legged, staring into the fridge like he was hypnotized. Brown coat jeans, pretty normal, except his vibe was totally off. My stomach dropped. Something about him didn't feel right. I walked closer, trying to get a better look. He whipped his head around, eyes wide, lip quivering, posture twisted. He didn't blink, didn't move. Just stared, like his eyes weren't looking at me, but through me. After a tense few seconds, I grabbed my food and left. But as I pulled onto the highway, I saw headlights behind me. It was him. He started flashing his lights and honking. My heart raced. I hit the gas, swerving, trying to lose him. He rammed my car once. My hands shook, adrenaline pumping. I swerved and slammed the brakes. The truck spun out into a field. I sped home, shaking. I called the police, and I know the store cameras caught him. I was driving through a lonely stretch of Route 82 in New Mexico around 1 a.m. The highway was narrow, barely lit, and completely empty. Then I saw a car pulled onto the shoulder, flashing lights on the side of the road. A woman was standing outside, waving her phone, looking lost. My first instinct? Keep driving. But then I thought about my sister, my girlfriend, and decided to stop. She climbed into my car, slurring her words, asking to be driven to the nearest gas station. Something felt off. I had my Glock under the steering column, so I figured I could handle it, or so I thought. 5 minutes later, she told me to pull off near a dirt road. I said no. We were almost at a gas station. Then she suddenly grabbed my arm and yelled. She wasn't scared anymore. She sounded angry. That's when I saw it, a man stepping out from behind her car, holding something long. My stomach sank. I floored it. She whipped around, yelling, digging in her purse. I drew my gun, resting it on the steering wheel. She froze. We made it to the gas station. I forced her out while truckers watched. Later, I found a burner phone battery and a sealed pack of zip ties buried in the seat cushions. I tossed them and drove away. I still don't know if she was real that night or something else. It was a quiet night in Kansas during summer, around 10 p.m. My husband pulled into a tiny gas station, and I got out to use the restroom, thinking it'd be a quick stop. As I opened the door, I nearly bumped into a woman leaving a stall. She wore a thick purple and green coat, flip-flops slapping on the floor, hair messy, totally out of place for summer. She stared at me like she was waiting for something. I thought it was over, but then she started following me, just standing there, doing nothing. My gut twisted. Something was very wrong. I went into a stall and locked it. Minutes passed. Then I heard it. The stall door swung slowly back and forth, empty. My heart skipped. I backed up slowly, rushed through the door, and ran straight to the car. My husband asked what took so long. I didn't explain everything. And for a split second, I swore I saw that same purple and green coat just standing there, watching us drive away. It was mid-January, freezing cold, around 10:30 p.m. I was driving along I-80, heading east from Des Moines. The highway was empty, just me and the sound of tires on asphalt. I spotted a blue rest area and pulled off to stretch my legs. Dim lights, a small building, maybe a dozen parking spots. Then I noticed a white van at the far end of the lot. Lights off. I went inside the restroom, washed my face. I thought I heard a door open behind me. Nothing. When I stepped outside again, the van's lights were suddenly on. My chest tightened. Back on the highway, I noticed headlights in my mirror. It was the same white van. Inches behind me. My hands gripped the wheel. I sped up. The van matched me. It rolled down its window, started honking, pointing at my truck bed. Nothing there. Completely empty. My stomach sank. This wasn't warning me. It was chasing me. I saw a truck stop 5 miles ahead, parked under a bright light. I rushed inside. An older woman called over a huge trucker. Seconds later, the van reversed and peeled out. I stayed in the diner almost an hour, eyes glued to the rearview mirror. Those two guys in the van, just staring. No words, just watching. Since then, I fill up before dark and never stop in deserted areas.